Shalom, brothers and sisters. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises to Yahweh, the Father, Yahweh Shah, the Son. Double honors to the apostles of our faith who rule well. And salutations to all you brothers and sisters out there that are diligently seeking the Most High daily. May the Most High be with you to the end. And just like, you see this picture back here, this is the final straw that broke the camel's back, as they say. This is the punishment of Babylon, aka America, that is coming. All you scoffers, all you people that was talking shit about the Most High, bumping your gums, saying that the Israelites were crazy, we're not the Lord's people. Those converts over there in our land now, those are the real Jews. Anybody that's believing that, you're unlearned. And the spirit of the Most High is not in you. I had a woman, ask me the other day, well, how do you know that you're the Jews of the Bible? I said, because the Bible, plain and simple. That's how I know who I am and who the real Israelites are, who the 12 tribes are, who consist of the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans on their father's side. Numbers chapter 1, verse 18. Read it. It's good reading. And I'm going to some scriptures real quick. Isaiah chapter 13. And I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity. And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease. And I will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. Now, who's the wicked of the Bible? Esau, Edom. That's really what they're talking about. And any Jake who's not with the program, and any Jake that the Most High hasn't marked with the truth and marked with his name, that's also going to those Jakes as well. And he says, I will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. With all their weapons of mass destruction, with all their technology that the Most High has endowed them with, that's not going to help them. Man, you can't beat the man who created everything. You can't beat the man who knows your thoughts before you know your thoughts. He knows your ways better than you know your ways. Esau, like we say, your hands are too short to box with the Most High. And it goes on verse 12, and I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man that the golden wedge of Ophir. And Ophir gold is the best gold, man. That's the best gold you can get. And a man's going to be more precious in the day of destruction, in the day of famine. It's not years down the line. It's here. It's knocking at the door now. As a matter of fact, it's getting ready to kick down the door. It's getting ready to batter ram down the door. The punishment of the Most High, the destruction of the Most High, the famine, not only of physical food and tangible things, but it's going to be a famine of the word. You're not going to be able to hear these words and these breakdowns and the understanding of the scriptures like you are afforded to now. That's going to be taken away because this devil is trying to do everything he can to shut down the TikToks. He's already, basically destroyed the YouTube and Facebook, that's already, filtered through, to Zuckerberg. So there's going to be a famine of this word, and you're going to have people, man, what was the name those Israelites were saying, man, them brothers that was on the corners, man, those brothers that was making the video, what was the name of the Most High again? And you ain't going to be able to find it. The Most High is going to take it away. And you're going to be stuck like Chuck. 13, and therefore I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place in the wrath of Yahweh of hosts, and in the day of his fierce anger. And what has the power to shake the earth to and fro, man? That's thermonuclear destruction. How many times have the tabloids said that Russia is threatening nuclear war? China's threatening nuclear war. America's threatening nuclear war. That was a thing that when we used to bring up 10, 15 years ago, they would laugh at, oh, that'll never happen. That'll never happen. I had a guy that I used to work with tell me, man, that's never going to happen. That won't happen. And then when they started showing it on news and I started showing it to him, he got quiet. As a matter of fact, I'm not saying that he did this because of the prophecy, but he retired. He retired, maybe 5 or 6 months after I showed him in the tabloids or in the news that what I said was going to happen was going to start happening. So now they're saying it openly. Man, he was quiet as a church mouse. Verse 14, and it shall be as the chased roe and as a sheep that no man taketh up, they shall every man turn to his own people and flee every one unto his own land. And what it means as, and it shall be as a chased roe, anybody connected to the philosophies of America and to the white T-man, aka Esau, you're going to be hunted down as a sheep that no man taketh up. Man, get away from us, man. You believe like them? You believe in the stars and the stripes and the eagle? Man, we don't want you around, man. As a matter of fact, you Americans are trying to escape the punishment of Babylon, aka America, and go to other places around the world to live, and they don't want you there. What is that? The president of Mexico says, you're going to put our people out. We don't want you here. Africa says, you don't want us over there. We don't want you here. See, now that's what that means. Now magnify that by 10 with the sword. When they start physically attacking, when they start putting you to death, when there's a bounty on your head for believing in the red, white, and blue. And they shall every man turn to his own people and flee every one into his land. They don't even want to come here no more. Man, crime is so out of hand in America that, these people are tired of coming here and setting up shop and getting their stores raided and shot up and people stealing from them all the time. And you got people in the streets coming from the streets, robbing them and killing them. And the taxes are sky high. Inflation is sky high. They don't have no choice but to go back home. And everyone that is found shall be thrust through and through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. And that's when this pandemonium and this chaos is going to take off here in the streets of America for those who decide to stay here and those who have to stay here by the Spirit of the Most High, excluding the elect. If you're found with that Edomite philosophy, that democracy philosophy, I call it demonocracy, the demonic way of life, anything goes. If you want to be a lizard, you can be a lizard. If you want to marry a dolphin, you can marry a dolphin. If you want to be like Nambla and marry a boy, you can marry a boy. That's the philosophy of Babylon, aka America. Their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled and their wives ravished or graped. That's what we were talking about earlier. Man, neighbor's going to turn against neighbor and spoil one another's good for the lack thereof. And your wife and your daughter and your kids are going to be the bonus. Then it goes on to say in verse number 17, behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight. And he's talking about the Russians. The Russians, hey man, we don't want your silver and gold. We want your ass. We want you. We want your blood. Verse number 18, and their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of thy womb. Their eyes shall not spare children. They ain't going to care. You didn't care about nobody else's kids when they were over there bombing in Eastern Asia and Western Asia. They're over there bombing tents with $1 million missiles, blowing up schools, blowing up hospitals, along with the Israelis. You wanted blood, the Most High said he's going to have blood pursue you. And not to mention the horrors that you did to the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Killing our kids, using them as alligator bait. The Trail of Tears. Taking Native American children and putting them in boarding schools. Throwing them in fireplaces alive. And the scalp came from you. The scalps didn't come from Indians. You were scalping the Native Americans. And then they got that from you in retaliation. And Babylon and the glory of the kingdoms and the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency shall be as when God overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah, or when Yahweh overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. The Chaldees was like a secret society. It was a set-off society of the wealthy in Babylon, just like America is. It has its skulls and bones and this society, that society, the Masonic society. They also had that too. The Most High, he's cutting that off. And ultimately, like it says in verse 20, it shall never be inhabited, neither shall it dwell for generation to generation. Neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there. See, business is going to be cut off forever from this place. This place is going to be destroyed completely. And it's going to be an ascending smoke forever. This place is going to be an example as how not to run a kingdom and how not to rule people and treat them, especially the 12 tribes of Israel. You put your hands on the apple of the Most High's eye and you brutally ruled over us. You did everything that you could to destroy the 12 tribes of Israel to the point where they don't even know who they are. When you can beat somebody up so much and make him so punch drunk, he don't even know his name. That's a beating. And I'm going to close out with, we're going to go to Revelation 6 and 10. And they cried with a loud voice, saying, how long, O Lord? Or how long, O Yahweh? Holy and true, doest thou not judge and avenge our blood on them that dwell up? You got the saints who have died before us, who were brutally murdered throughout the spans of time. They're wanting revenge. They're asking the Most High Yahweh, man, when are you going to avenge us? Just like we're asking down here in the living realm. Yahweh, when are you going to avenge us? How long do we have to wait? And that goes into also Revelation 9 and verse 9 and 10. Now I'm going to get that real quick. And I went unto the angel and said unto him, give me the little book. And that's not really what I wanted. Let's see, I think it's the next book over. And there it goes. And he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. And we've had the patience. And now we're just waiting on the green light from the Yahweh Shai to get this thing on and popping. And with that being said, Shalom.